You're listening to Podketeers.
Welcome to the Podketeers podcast, episode 211. This week we had a chance to talk about the opening of Pixar Pier and trying some of the food available, including dining at the Lamplight Lounge, checking out the new Incredibles float in the Paint the Night Parade, and more. If you want to see some pictures and videos of stuff that we talk about in this episode, head on over to podketeers.com/211. The Chalk Walk is rapidly approaching, and we would love for you to be a part of our team. Check out the blog post for a link to sign up to be a part of Team Boat Willie, or if you can, just help us out with a donation. Every little bit counts. We have a very ambitious goal, and that is to try to at least match what we raised last year, which was close to $5,000. So every little bit that you can contribute would certainly help us get there, and if you can help pass around the link, it would really help us out. So thank you guys in advance for that. If you would like to join the conversation and give your thoughts on anything that we talk about in this episode, you can leave a comment on Facebook, Instagram, or on Twitter. Just search for Podketeers and let us know what's on your mind. If you want to check out some of our vlogs and videos, you can find us over at youtube.com/podketeers or youtube.com/Disney42. We would love it if you took a moment to subscribe, and when you do, ring that notifications bell so that YouTube tells you when we posted a new video. Also, if you're looking for any of our personal links, check out podketeers.com/team. If you shop on Amazon, a great way to help support the podcast is by using our special link before you place your next order. You can find that link by going to podketeers.com/Amazon and then clicking on the huge Amazon button on that page. Every time that you do that before you place an order can earn us a small commission from your purchase as a thank you from Amazon for mentioning them on the podcast. And to all of you that are using that link for your purchases, you rock! Thank you for taking the time to hit those few extra clicks. Finally, this episode of Podketeers is made possible by the generosity of listeners just like all of you. We like to call those listeners our podcast Fairy Godparents, but they've called themselves the FGP Squad. If you would like to become a Fairy Godparent of our podcast, you can find out more information by going to podketeers.com/FGP. You can give as little or as much as you want monthly, but if you sign up for a contribution of at least $5 per month, you will also get the exclusive Fairy Godparent button as a thank you for your support. To all of the members of the FGP Squad, thank you guys for your support. All right, let's jump into this episode. Man, I love the music. I love our new theme song. Here we go. This is episode 211 of Podketeers. How's it going, guys?
It's going.
It's hot.
Is it though?
Not yet.
Next week is hotter.
No.
It will be.
It's coming for us.
I'm surprised and happy that the opening of Pixar Pier, the weekend, of course, that it opened, that it wasn't as hot as I thought it was going to be. It was quite pleasant walking around the park that day, aside from the crowds, which were absolutely insane.
Of course.
It was
I saw those
beautiful.
videos.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful from when I seen everybody on Instagram wearing sweaters, and I'm in Vegas, and I can't even do that. So you guys had beautiful weather. Jealous.
How was Vegas? How much you win?
Actually, I broke even.
That's a win.
I broke even.
That's
yeah.
a win. Breaking even and not owing money.
Right.
That's good.
True that.
I used to like playing blackjack. Win enough, get a free meal, get some free drinks, and if you lose that, then okay.
You were gonna pay the $20 food anyway, right?
Right. Well, I'll start off with 20, win 20 back, put away $20, and then now I'm playing with house money.
Yeah,
then
exactly.
Get free food, drinks. That's a good night.
True that. I wish they had the same thing at Disneyland, where you start playing with Disneyland money, and then you can eat your way through Pixar Pier.
If only they had a rewards card for us spenders.
Dude, for real. That'd be great. I'm sure something like that is coming.
The Disney Visa card.
Oh yeah, I guess that has rewards, right?
Yeah, with the Disney reward dollars. I think that's
For every 100 you spend, you
like
get
that.
$1 back for food.
hey, it's something.
That's true.
Have you seen the Disney Dine? What is it? The Dine-In card
No, what's that?
Disney dining card, I
or
think.
Disney
Yeah.
Dining card, not Dine-In. So we were doing a video for Disney Examiner about National Fried Chicken that Disneyland's celebrating between the 6th and the 8th. So yeah, just in time if you listen to this episode. But they gave us a gift card. I thought it was just a regular Disney gift card, but it says Disney Dining on it, and you could only use it on food.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, it was weird. So when we were buying the fried chicken at both Flo's and Plaza, the cast member was looking at me like, "What is this?" I'm all, "I don't know. It's money." Because if there's no money on here, I guess I'm not getting this fried chicken.
Right.
So, but it was cool. But one of the cast members said, "Yeah, this is just it's one of the newer things, or at least to him, it was new, where it's just good for only food locations. It's not good at, you couldn't buy clothes with it or anything like that. It doesn't really have a cash value, if that makes sense."
So then, do you reload it like a gift card or something, or how
I have
exactly
no idea.
did it work?
It worked like a regular gift card. So when they gave us a total, I gave the card, and you still get a remaining balance. Like, oh, after $16.99, it's X amount of dollars left. But we couldn't use it towards, like, oh, I want those new mini ears or whatever. It's only for food.
Interesting. We're going to have to look a little bit more into this thing because I wonder if it's part of like a vacation plan or something where maybe like the Magic Band charges your credit card or your room or something, and that's just how it's charging it.
I know that they've been in Walt Disney World for a while.
Oh, they have?
I had never seen them being used or even seen one at Disneyland.
Uh-huh.
But I'm not too sure, if you can reload it. I mean, I would assume, like, use it as a regular gift card, but you can
Yeah.
only use it for dining. I'm assuming.
I mean, it seems logical, right? That they would let you
Yeah.
do that. Or if it's like a gift card where you preload it and then you're only allowed to spend a certain amount or something.
Oh, that's interesting. Well, reading it for Disney World, DisneyGo.com. You basically you pay for a family of like 2 adults, one 12-year-old, one 8-year-old, and a 5-day dine-in card or dine card. You get 3 cards of value of $200 each, and 1 card at $75 value, a total of $675, and it only cost the family $587.50.
Oh, so there is some kind of discount associated with it, which is great.
So you get more money
Yeah.
for what you paid for, but it's only good for food.
Dining, yeah.
Interesting. I wonder if you still get like an annual pass discount on top of that. Because if
Well,
you
I
get
was-
an AP discount, that's a sweet deal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at Disneyland, when I used it, I used my AP discount. So, and it
Oh,
worked.
nice.
So that's
Very
interesting.
cool.
I've never even saw this before.
Pretty cool.
Yeah. Well, if we can find some info, we'll throw it up in the blog post, podketeers.com/211. And hopefully we'll be able to get our hands on them so we can start using them at a discount and with
I know,
AP
could
discounts.
you imagine? Because we all always go to the park, and we're always getting food. I'm like, we might as well buy into this,
Right.
save
Yeah.
more money, and get an AP discount.
Yeah, it seems like a great option. I was thinking about why Disneyland doesn't have some kind of food plan associated with the annual pass right now, because last week we went to Knott's Berry Farm for a company picnic, and even though the ticket was purchased by the company as part of their event, they still allowed us the option to upgrade to the yearly pass for Knott's Berry Farm, but they also gave us the option to purchase their food plan, which I thought was super cool, where for the day you pay $30 or like $60 or some flat rate. I forgot what the exact number is, but you pay a flat rate, and every hour and a half you get a meal for free as part of that plan. And I thought that was really cool because you can go around and just try different things. And most people aren't going to exhaust food every hour and a half, right? Unless you're like me and you're a freaking snack bar. But
Like us.
yeah, but I think that's a great deal, and I wish Disneyland had something comparable to that.
I mean, it'd be good for us, for annual pass holders. But would it really be good for Disneyland's pocket?
No, I don't think it would be, which is probably why they won't ever do it to that extent. But I think that if Disneyland still I mean, let's say that it was $30 at Knott's Berry Farm, right? If Disneyland charged $50 or $60, they would still be able to sell all of those. And maybe they limit it to 2 or 3 meals a day, right? It doesn't have to be every hour and a half. If you could buy, I guess it's similar to this dining card that you guys are talking about, where you could still get food 3 times for whatever price. Disneyland would still be making money off of that. Probably not as a huge a margin as the $9 freaking slice of pizza. But, I mean, it's still a fairly good profit margin.
Yeah, because food cost is so low anyway that they would be making hand over fist, I guess.
Yeah. Especially the people that don't use the whole thing, right? Right. You're basically just handing them money for that. So
that would be cool. I think there's just so many guests at Disneyland that it might not work, you know? Was Knott's really popular, really busy when you went?
I wish I could answer that question because I don't normally know what the crowds at Knott's are. The last time I went to Knott's was a year or 2 ago with some friends because they had like a military discount and they got us in for like $14 or something like that.
Whoa.
But yeah,
that's
it was
throwback price right there.
Yeah.
That's a steal.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what normal crowds are like at Knott's, so I'm going to say it wasn't packed to where it was uncomfortable. Like the lines, when you would see the wait times were maybe about 20 minutes per ride for all of the coasters, 20 to 40 minutes depending on the attraction. But
could you imagine?
No, for real, right? I mean, it was...
That's like Phantasmic all day long and just being able to go on every attraction.
Right.
The only one that I remember being longer than that at a whopping 50 minutes was the log ride that they have. I think it's called Log Jammer or something like that. It's their version of Splash Mountain. That was probably the longest one. All the roller coasters were under 40 minutes. So if that's how it's like every day, then yay Knott's, right? If it's not, then I think we went on a good day. I ended up buying a Knott's Berry Farm commemorative sipper cup for $15, and the whole day I got free refills on that cup. It was.
I think Magic Mountain does something like that also, right?
Yeah, and it was
it's
great.
Only for that day.
They have 2. Yeah, so they have 2. What they have is the sticker on the side that has like the name of the park and all that stuff has a barcode on it. And so there's 2 versions. There's a $15 version where you can fill up for free all day, no limit, or they have like a $40 one that's good for the entire year. And you could just refill it whenever. And so the key is that you can't damage the barcode. And I bet that they bank on the people that go away, and buy the $40 version and then they wash it. And I don't know how good that sticker is or how much it's going to hold up after you wash it a few times. I washed this one once and it already kind of started to come apart. So I don't know how long it'll last. Man. Yeah, I mean, I watched it once we got here, but it's also the daily
tape
one.
Over
right?
it or...
Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I also don't think I'm going to go back to Knott's for another year or 2.
Not so much.
You could, I was going to say, you could take a picture and laminate that barcode and just replace it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Dang, look at you, Melissa, with the life
crafty.
hack.
I'm awake.
Seriously.
My barcode is, but wait, look at the picture.
Exactly.
How do we know it's the same one? Trust me, it is.
I'm sorry, ma'am, that wasn't under our terms and agreement. You could not duplicate your said barcode. It has to be still attached to said sipper cup.
I would just print them on stickers and keep attaching it every time I went. Hashtag life hack number 2 for this episode.
You're welcome.
Now we just have to go to Knott's.
I will say, though, that you mentioned the National Chicken Day, and I will say that I am a fan of the Knott's Berry Farm chicken. The little restaurant that they have right outside of the park, I'm a fan of that chicken. I think it's pretty good. They had it at the company picnic. So, I mean, if you're in the Buena Park area around Knott's Berry Farm, what's it called? Mama Knott's, right? That's the name of the
Mrs.
place.
Mrs.
Knott's.
Knott's.
I don't know why I
Yeah.
keep calling it Mama Knott's all the time. I'm
all
sure
right.
Lynette corrects me every
Close.
single time that I say it.
She's not
you know,
Italian.
I
It's
know.
not Mama Knott's.
who knows? Maybe she is.
Did you know about the express line? Or
Is that
right
their fast
outside the
pass?
restaurant? No, for the restaurant. You don't need to go inside. You could go in right next to it. You just go in, you could order your chicken and grab a to-go box.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good tip. It's good enough. I mean, if you want to sit in the restaurant, that's great. They
Yeah.
just redid the entire
Yeah.
building, so it's a lot more modern looking. It had like an old-timey country theme before, and we didn't eat there. The company picnic thing that we were at had the chicken, and then they had their boysenberry pie and the jams, and it was so delicious. I love it.
That sounds good.
Boysenberry.
It was all you could eat.
Yes, it was.
Oh my gosh.
I was in heaven.
BJ has never been to Mama Knott's. Mrs.
Really?
Knott's chicken.
Dude.
No,
Okay.
I've had the chicken, but I mean, it's been such a long time. I think it was like in 2001.
Oh, no.
The last time I
No,
was
no,
there
no.
and had food.
Okay.
That's almost 20 years.
So here's the deal. Gavin, as we speak, is driving from OKC to California in his hashtag relocate Gavin to the best coast. So once he's here, I think we should all go have dinner there.
There you
Yes,
What do you think?
Agreed.
Down.
Cheat day.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's every day for me. I shouldn't admit that. That's horrible. But it's every day for me.
It's okay. That was
So-
totally me too.
So do you think that chicken is better than Disneyland's chicken? Plaza Inn?
So I've always said within a 7-mile radius that if I'm at Disneyland proper, I will always eat Plaza Inn chicken because that's like the bombest chicken that you can get in Anaheim. Outside of that 7 miles is about where Knott's Berry Farm is from Disneyland. So if I was outside of that 7-mile Disneyland radius, I would say go to Mama Knott's. But inside of the 7 miles, it's all
Mama
about
Knott's.
Plaza Inn chicken. Now, here's where I think Knott's Berry Farm has the advantage. The restaurant is outside of the park, right? So
Yeah.
if you want to eat Plaza Inn chicken, you either have to have an annual pass or you need to pay the cost. You know what's great? That place you guys took us to, Zanku Chicken.
Oh, that's
This
so good.
this conversation is going in a weird direction. But we'll keep talking about chicken
Chicken.
because National Chicken Day is coming up. You guys mentioned you're doing a video for Disney Examiner. Tell us where people can find that.
DisneyExaminer.com or on their YouTube channel, Disney Examiner. But yeah, it was interesting because Flo's is the new place where you could get fried chicken. But doing a little more research, Plaza Inn is actually a broasted chicken. So it's in a pressure cooker with oil. And the chicken is actually brined. So that's where you get that crispiness from the pressure cooker. And then with the sides, you get mashed potatoes and gravy, a brown gravy, and then the green beans and then a biscuit. But the difference between Plaza and Flo's is Flo's actually does a traditional fry, so they'll do a more of a peppery spice, and then they'll do like a just regular flour, and then they'll fry it. But then it's traditional, just the basket fryer. But then they have a garlic mashed potato. That it's the gravy's a little bit.
It's like a white gravy.
Yeah, and then the vegetables
good, though.
are broccoli and cauliflower.
Well,
But
it said seasonal vegetables, so I think it may change. But right
maybe,
now,
but
it's
right now it's broccoli and
cauliflower.
cauliflower. But it's seasoned really well too. So if you like the different seasonings and spices, I really enjoyed the Flo's one. But we will agree that Plaza has the juicier chicken because it's
Brined.
marinated and brined.
Yeah.
But it's good that both parks have a different fried chicken. It's not exactly the same.
Yeah.
You know.
You have
That's
options.
good. I like that.
So it's like if you went to KFC and you wanted the original or you want the extra crispy. So you just have to go to
interesting.
different parks.
Did you guys end up having the chicken from Poultry Palace on Pixar Pier?
We did not.
No, we
but
didn't.
VJ walked over there and got the lowdown on that chicken as well.
Yeah. So because some people were saying, oh, why aren't you doing Poultry Palace too? Because that's a fried chicken, but it's not.
No, it's not.
No, it's more like a shake and bake.
Uh-huh.
So, but I hear the drumsticks are pretty big. the seasonings. Or did you get to try it?
I sure did.
And what was your thoughts on it? Because the cast member was saying that I don't know if it's true, because she was like, well,
Melissa,
there's a
your
lot of
face.
seasonings, kind of like a shake and bake, and then they put
confused.
this like this bacon butter oil on it. I'm
Yeah.
like, wait, what?
What?
Did you say bacon, butter, and
It's
oil?
totally
Like,
not that.
really?
So, all right. So I was super excited about trying the chicken at Poultry Palace, right? It was one of the places that I wanted to hit the day that we went for the opening of Pixar Pier. And I remember seeing this in your Instagram story. I thought the exact same thing when we bought that box. I thought, where is my mini toy? I need a toy to round this out. But the chicken was, it came with a side of coleslaw, and it came with 3 little drumsticks. It wasn't all the orders come with 3 little drumsticks.
The cast member was saying too that if like me and AJ, we're not big fans of coleslaw, so you could change it out for Lay's potato chips.
Oh, okay.
It's the
That's
same
cool.
price.
That's good
But-
to know.
I mean, I can't eat coleslaw. It gives me an upset stomach, so I let the Lynette and the boys eat that. But yeah, you don't get your discount. It was just under $11 with tax for it. And I remember being super excited to try it out. And when I bit into it, the one thing that came to mind was, man, this needs seasoning.
Really?
So
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know if it was just the batch that I got, because they were churning drumsticks, dude. Like, the line was so long all day. Like, there was a super long line. It was at least a 20-minute wait to get the food. So I don't know if it was just because they were trying to churn so many orders over that day, but man, I remember thinking that it really needed some spices. Like, there was a light cinnamony taste to it. Like, there was a sweetness to the batter.
Cinnamon?
Like there was like a sweetness to the batter that it tasted. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but I took 2 bites. Since there was only 3, I let Lynette and the boys eat the 3 drumsticks, but she let me take a bite out of the one that she was going to eat, just so that I had the experience. And I didn't like it all that much. I might get it again just to see if it was like a fluke, because they were trying to make so many. So I'll give it another shot. But
Yeah, and what
my
day was
first
this
impression-
that you
this
tried
was
it?
The day
Saturday.
that Pixar Pier
Oh.
opened, Saturday.
Well, maybe they have to work out the kinks.
Yeah, that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying that I think I'll give it another shot, just to, hopefully they... I mean, I ended up leaving that day feeling like Chadwick Boseman on that Jeopardy episode of SNL, with needing more seasoning.
Damn it, Karen.
Yeah. It's like, who's making this, Karen? But yeah, I mean, it was good, but it wasn't great. Like, it's good if you don't have time to go get food somewhere else, if this is the taste all the time. But I wouldn't make this my meal for the day. You know what I mean? Plus,
Yeah.
the drumsticks aren't that big, so for me, I mean, I like to eat, so it felt more like a snack to me than it did an actual meal.
So you get 3 drumsticks for $10.
Yeah.
But then if you went to Flo's for $16.49, you could get a breast, a thigh, a wing, and a drumstick, plus mashed potatoes and gravy and vegetables, and an AP discount.
Right.
Yep.
So it's only a few dollars more for a well-rounded meal. And that's what I'm saying, that it feels more like a snack, and it's really about the location.
Right.
The ability to say that you ate at Poultry Palace. But the fact that those toys weren't in the box, man, I was like, really? All that
because
money
you
and
get,
no toy?
You get that box, and it looks like a
It's
Happy
super
Meal.
cool.
It's so cool, man.
It's just the novelty of it all.
It is. It
But then you
certainly
get
is.
you have that mini small fry zerg on the side.
That is cute.
I know some people that ask for the chicken outside and ask them not to fold up the box so they could keep the box as is. I was like, I don't know if that's going to be a collector's item, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think it will be. They're giving them out with every meal.
Right.
I mean, if you want to put it on display, that's a different thing, right? But collector's item, I don't think so.
Well, it'd be cool if you got a toy so you could display the toy with the box, right?
Right.
yes.
Because, yeah, I was saying on the other side where the cast members enter, they have all the pictures of the actual toys that were in, the Pixar short Small Fry.
Totally. And that's what was so confusing about it, that because they had those pictured, when we stood in line, we thought, oh, this is so cool, we're going to get a toy. And then we got coleslaw. And I just thought, this is the like a horrible experience.
So
Maybe the
disappointed.
toys inside the coleslaw.
Okay, so you guys want a toy, but are you ready for the price of it to go up as well?
No, $10 is sufficient for them to include a toy. At McDonald's,
Okay.
I can get a $4 Happy Meal with just about the same amount of food.
Though.
But I'm just saying, come on, Disneyland, include a toy.
We'll see. Maybe they'll do it. Bobby's listening, right? Maybe the toys are still being made in China.
Yeah, they're waiting for them to be shipped over,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, not likely.
They're waiting for the toys and the rest of the seasoning to come in, so Heyzen could be happy.
Since we're on the subject of food, did you guys get a chance to try the Num Num cookie?
Yes.
Yes, it's VJ's favorite.
I got two
didn't.
already.
Oh, I didn't get a chance to
looks
try
good.
it. I know. I love thick cookies. And as soon as I saw people posting after they took a bite, and I was like, I need this in my life.
It's a pretty big cookie. When we first got it, we got it after eating at Lamplight Lounge. So I thought I was going to be able to just crush this cookie and eat it by myself. But no, I actually had to share it with AJ and some of our friends.
Amateur.
But, I know. But the next day, I was
Wow.
able to eat that whole thing by myself after eating all that chicken.
Yeah, so much chicken. Just wash it down with a Num Num cookie.
But yeah, it's kind of like a chocolate chip cookie brownie.
That's
Yeah.
what it looks like.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Pizookie. Oh,
Yes.
if you had a vanilla
They
ice
should
cream
put
on
ice
top of
cream on
that.
it.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
Oh my
You
god.
totally
Just
do
walk
it.
to Ghirardelli's.
And hack it. Yeah.
I know. Oh. Wait, do they have vanilla at
Yes.
Adorable Snowman?
You know what would have been so amazing? I'm sorry, I just thought of it. So the Jack Jack Num Num cookie, right? And then vanilla ice cream, but we love peanut butter. So Ghirardelli used to have the peanut butter sauce.
Don't even remind me.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You're right.
R.I.P.
Okay,
would
what
be
are you guys
amazing.
doing next weekend? Can we all go to the park? Can we all try this out? Can we all get some ice cream and put it on top
When
of
are
the
we
Num
gonna
Num cookie and try it?
do Mama Knots?
No,
That's
I mean,
later.
look,
Oh,
I mean, we could do both.
I mean,
We could
good.
start
Add
off
it
with
to the
dessert.
list. Oh,
Who says it's wrong to start with dessert?
Question. Okay, so this is off topic, but have you not had the one at Golden Horseshoe?
I have not. I've seen it, but I haven't had it yet.
That one's good.
That one
You've
is
tried
good.
it?
Yeah. The Sunday, right?
No, it's a Pizookie. It's a big old cookie, and then it has ice cream on top.
What do they call
oh,
it
is
there?
it new?
It's
Is it part of the new menu?
I don't know, but it's been there for a while.
So I remember they had. No, those are the ice cream nachos. Never mind.
Oh, those look good
No,
too.
maybe you're thinking of
Dang
the
it, we're
Ghirardelli.
hungry.
I know.
Remember the Ghirardelli chocolate chip sundae thing that we had?
Oh, that was good. Man, Jesus.
Those
So
are
many good
so
things they need to
many.
bring back.
I
I remember.
Hungry.
Did you guys ever get the ice cream cookie sandwiches that used to be where the lockers
Uh-huh.
entrance is?
Uh-huh.
Those were so good.
dude.
Freshly baked cookies. Oh,
Oh, sounds good.
ice cream sandwiches. They were so. I don't know why they don't have that anymore.
Because they
Come
hate
on,
us.
Bring it back. I know.
Oh my.
Because they hate us.
So
Yeah, they really do need to
aggressive.
bring those back. I mean, in 100-degree weather, how
Those are so
how
bomb.
fantastic would they be?
Oh, so good.
I wonder if they had some like weird conflict with Nestle because they sell the ice cream cookie sandwiches as part of the ice
the
cream
yeah.
selections. So
That's
maybe,
what I was thinking.
Yeah, maybe they just had some weird thing where they weren't allowed to make their own version of it because of their deal.
The cool thing was not too many people knew about it.
Yeah.
They always went to Gibson Girl, and then there would be no line. I mean, that's probably
Yeah.
right too that they don't have it. There was never a line for that ice cream sandwich.
Hmm.
But back to the Jack Jack cookies. The Incredible cookie is really good too. That's definitely a
Yeah,
recommended.
actually really surprising. So the Incredible cookie is the gluten-friendly cookie with blackberry jam. You couldn't even tell that it was gluten-free. I just got it to try it and to have something to balance out the chocolate chip. I'm not gluten intolerant, but just wanted to try it and yeah, pleasantly surprised.
How would you compare it to the chewiness of the Num Num cookie? Because there's certain gluten-free products that I've tried, and they seem to be a lot drier. They're like crispier and grainier.
Yeah, I've had experiences on both sides of the spectrum when it comes to gluten-free things. Like, I've gotten the dry kind of crumbly before, and then also I got the pancakes at, was it Carnation Cafe?
Mm-hmm.
And they were gummy, like
Yeah.
so gummy. I was kind of expecting this cookie to be gummy, but it actually really wasn't. It was a little bit crumbly, but had a good consistency.
And even though it was crumbly, it wasn't dry too.
Oh,
Like,
that's
it's-
always a plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like AJ was saying, if we didn't know it was gluten free, you wouldn't have you wouldn't make that. Oh, I wonder if this is gonna be bad. It was just good. The blackberry filling wasn't, how like the sauces that we had at Corn Dog Castle or any of the other sauces that has. I was a little worried because I was like, maybe it's gonna have a lot of seeds in it, or it didn't have that taste. So it was definitely a recommended cookie to get.
Cool. Yeah, that's great to know, because I know we have a lot of friends that we go to the park with, and they have an issue finding a lot of gluten-free options. So knowing that this is on the pier, that's good to know. Sweet. And I'm glad that it doesn't taste horrible. That's another plus.
Yeah.
Right.
And you can always just wash it down with some milk.
True.
And they have soy milk, they have vanilla almond milk, and 2% milk. Oh, and then strawberry and chocolate.
Nice.
Nestle.
Nice.
So all the milks that you can want
All the milks.
or need.
I'm all about milk and cookies. All about it.
Just be prepared to wait at least a half hour.
It's very
Is that
popular.
about how much you waited? Yeah, that's about how much we waited for Poultry Palace too. A lot of it just has to do with it's a brand new thing, opening of the pier for the
Right.
gram. Got to get those pictures in, So I think once all that dies down, I think it'll be easier to stand in line for maybe like 5 or 10 minutes to get that.
But the location is genius.
Right.
Yeah.
It is so genius.
Yeah. I don't know why I felt that they missed an opportunity. And I was watching the vlog that I was putting together earlier today, and I feel like they really missed an opportunity. You know how at the end of the Incredicoaster you have Edna with Jack and she's giving him a cookie? Like they could have
Spoiler
totally
alert.
Main Street misted you with like cookie smell. And I feel
Well,
like
they-
they missed out on that opportunity.
They do, though.
But they do. It's
They
in the
do.
coaster.
What?
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
In the coaster.
never
when
smelled
Yes, they
it.
do.
when Mr. Incredible's like
Cookie,
yeah,
num
cookie.
num, cookie.
Yeah.
You smell chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
DJ missed it on the first one. on the
I've
first
only
time we
ridden
went
it
on it.
once.
Me too.
If you're sitting on the first half of the roller coaster, that's where you could really smell it because it's still going into the tunnel
Yeah.
at a slow pace. But
Uh-huh.
once the back end goes through it, it just like goes right through it, so you miss the smell. So
I think that's why I missed it. We were in the second half.
Yeah, so try the first half of the Incredicoaster, and you'll definitely smell it.
I
And you can
was-
see a lot of the things a little bit more.
I was gonna say I was in the second row, and I smelled it, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that smelled good! It smells so good." You
Cookies.
come off, and you're like,
Yeah.
"Dang, I
I'm
want a
ready for
cookie,"
the
and you're like,
cookies.
"Wow, it's just right there."
Yeah, but I'm
Bravo.
surprised they didn't do it at the end when they showed Jack and Edna, because at that moment is like prime marketing, right? Because you're
Right.
getting off immediately smelling
Immediately.
it, thinking, cookie, num num cookie, cha-cha want a cookie. And so you get off and then you get your cookie.
Unless Mr. Incredible's throwing subliminal messages.
Ooh,
While you're on the
yes.
attraction, you don't know it.
Dun.
But yeah, I agree with you. They could have done another smell there
Yeah.
for chocolate chip cookies.
I have to
I
ride
thought
it
the
again.
stand was going to be bigger though because it took over where the photo place is,
Yeah.
and they ripped that out, and now it's just cookie carts, which
Yeah.
I think if they would have kept that building, they could have had more of those ovens baking these cookies to pump them out more, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
I think it's because of how much they expanded with the fountain and everything behind Jesse's carousel. So maybe they lost a little bit of the footprint where that was, and that's why they had to make them a little bit smaller. Because they still have the photo booth back there, it's just not as large as it was before. So I think
They
they
do?
just, yeah, you can see your picture and everything as you're
Yeah,
getting off
but-
of the ride.
But they don't have that little store where you could buy
Oh
the
no,
picture.
no,
Yeah.
they
That's
don't
what I
have
was saying.
that.
I
Yeah,
thought they were
yeah.
just gonna have that as a little
Yeah.
quick serve by your cookies.
Well,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
too with the introduction of Max Pass, that maybe that's why they got rid of the little counter where you can buy the photo and
Yeah.
potentially buy merchandise right after you get off of Screamin',
Yeah.
you know? There wasn't really a need for it anymore.
I agree with that because, I mean, if you think about it, not a lot of people tend to buy printed photographs anymore, right?
True.
Like most people post them on social media and that's the way that they're sharing their experiences. So if they got rid of the printed version but all they had were these screens, you're pretty much giving people what they want. And there are going to be
That's
those
true.
outliers that do want a printed photograph to hang in their house or something, but the photos that you get from the MaxPass or from PhotoPass, they're a pretty decent resolution where you can get a good 8x10 out of it, and it'll still look good once you print it if you go to the Costco or Target or something. You know what? Since we're on the subject of food, I gotta ask you guys, what did you guys think of Lamplight Lounge? Because we ate there, and I have so many good things to say about it.
Totally wicked.
That's a good way to
That
put
was
it.
great.
It was
It was
so
so
good. Finally, we've been going to Cove Bar for a really long time, and that menu never really changed. Long story longer, we were really excited for a new change and new menu, and that is Lamplight Lounge, and we are just so happy with it. So good.
When you guys went downstairs to the Cove Bar, obviously it was completely gutted. You know, it's a totally new aesthetic inside of it. From pictures, I need to say this. I said it in my Instagram post when I posted a photograph of the Lamplight Lounge, but I never went to Cove Bar. As surprising as it may be to people, I never stepped foot inside of the physical structure or in Ariel's grotto. I went after one of the movie meetups that we had with some of the FGP Squad, and we were going to have drinks, but we had an issue where they couldn't split our check or something like that because it was too many of us, and we just decided to go over to Whitewater Snacks instead. So I never got a chance to actually eat at the Cove Bar or have drinks, have the lobster nachos, none of that. So for me, walking in, it was for the first time in forever, right? It felt like a really special thing for me because, one, it was packed all day, right? The lines were super long. People were waiting hours and hours to get a chance to eat downstairs, not just have drinks in the bar. And we got really lucky because during Paint the Night, we walked right over, and it was a walk-in for us to go downstairs and eat. Most people were watching the parade. So we went downstairs. Lynette got the boys this mac and cheese platter with some hummus and some vegetables. And I had some of it. It was really, really good. For a children's portion, I think one child would be good. We tried to split it because they had other snacks and they had the chicken and stuff before that. So they split one of them. It's certainly a meal that I think is good enough for one child. And then both Lynette and I ended up getting the cheddar burger there.
That's so good.
OMG. Exclamation, exclamation, exclamation.
I remember seeing that picture,
Ugh.
and yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, so it's a grilled custom burger blend with Tillamook cheese, roasted plum tomatoes, red onions, avocado ranch spread on a toasted Amish bun. It came with a side of steak fries, and then it had this it was like this pickled, what was it? It wasn't
Oh,
It was like red onion.
red
and-
onion.
it was red
and-
onions and pepper, like bell peppers and stuff like that. Like that was such a star on the plate to me because it cut the richness of the cheese and the burger in a very, very pleasurable way when you ate them together. The burger itself, super juicy. I got it medium to medium well, super juicy, really delicious. It had an amazing flavor, really seasoned well. And the burger itself was $22 for the meal. And I remember walking out of there, and I don't think this very often. Let me start by saying that. There's a lot of things that I feel are overpriced on the resort. And $22 for a burger is not something that I would normally spend, especially when we have to buy for 4 people. But I walked out of the Lamplight Lounge thinking to myself, I am going to have this burger again and
yeah.
soon. Because it was
No, that
so
was-
tasty.
Every time I kept biting into it, and I had a Sprite. Well, I had an alcoholic. Oh no, did I get it? No, I got this. What was it? Goofy's.
the the Goofball Island
Oh, the Goofball
non-alcoholic
Island.
beverage.
Okay.
So basically, it was fruit punch, and I'm like, for $6, you know what? It's not as good as I thought it was gonna be. So sent it back and just got a Sprite. But then when we had that burger, and I kept biting into, we split it. And I kept biting into it. I was like, man, that is a tasty burger. And I kept thinking of Pulp Fiction, like the. Do you remember that scene? Wash it down with a Sprite. I was like, that's all I kept saying. I was like, this is so tasty. But it's definitely a great burger. Probably the best burger at the resort, anywhere on the resort.
And that's saying a lot because the $12 burger at Whitewater Snacks, the carnitas burger that they have with the avocado or like the guacamole in it, that's been my go-to burger on resort for a really long time because for $12 you're getting this huge burger with fries and it's super tasty. But now if you're in there and you want to step it up, have something that's just a little bit nicer, like that quality over quantity thing that we talk about, that is certainly one that I would put at the top of my list.
Oh yeah, I mean even that bun. The bun was so.
And the fries were
the fries
so good.
like that malted steak fries. Man,
They were really well
BJ
seasoned
was trying
too.
to eat mine.
I'm not a fry guy, and I was trying to steal AJ's fries because I ate all of mine. I was like, "You gonna eat that?"
No, he didn't even ask. He just took it.
It's better to apologize than to ask permission.
Sometimes.
Or ask for forgiveness.
Sometimes.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
That's the phrase.
Yeah, he
You're
totally got
picking
the
up
phrase.
what I'm putting down.
Yeah, I do want to also mention that I normally tend to get appetizers and all that stuff whenever we go to places like this. Like, if we go to a restaurant, if I'm getting a burger and fries like this as my main meal, like, normally we'll get, like, potato skins or, like, whatever the appetizers are. When I saw the burger that I got, I thought to myself, oh, we should have ordered appetizers. I don't think I'm going to be full. And this was, remember, this was after not trying the chicken, right? Lynette and the boys had it, but I didn't. After finishing the burger and the fries, I finished the whole burger. I didn't split it. I felt full. Lynette couldn't even finish hers, right? And I actually felt full just from what was on the plate. So if you're worried about it, I think it's a really good portion. Even the fries, like, it looks like it's small, but they're pretty dense and they're super tasty. So
It's very deceiving.
yeah, it is very deceiving. So I was very happy about that.
Yeah, we tried the cheddar burger because you recommended it to us, so we're like, gotta get that. We also tried the ratatouille, which blows the ratatouille at Cafe
Yes.
Orleans out the water.
That's
This
what
one
I was
is
going to
so
ask
good.
you. I know you were
Wow.
raving
So
about that
amazing.
one. So what was the primary difference between the two?
it was
It's a lot better.
good.
Like, there's one, you get more vegetables. It's not just sliced vegetables just stacked on top of each other and, you know, like tomato.
Yeah.
Just marinara. This one had, like, you could really taste the freshness of all the vegetables. And there's burrata cheese. Oh, it was so bomb.
Basil aioli.
Yeah, basil aioli that's on the side of the bowl. And they had zoodles or zucchini noodles, but they were more like
They were like ribbons.
They were ribbons, yeah. They weren't like noodles. They were just like little ribbons.
Thin.
But yeah,
It was so
eggplant, squash, tomatoes, red onion.
Bell pepper.
It was so good.
And the sauce, the tomato sauce, was a smoked tomato sauce. And you could really taste the smokiness. And the flavor was actually really good.
And it's
Yeah.
way cheaper. It's only $19, not like $40 at Cafe Orleans.
How was
you
the
know?
portion compared to it?
That's interesting.
Oh, this was, I would say, I could probably just have that as a meal. If I wasn't starving, if I was super hungry, I'd probably get an appetizer. But if I was just hungry, I think this would be a perfect meal. And you
Yeah.
wouldn't feel so bad, you know, leaving
It's-
after.
It's a great vegetarian option. Usually BJ has some kind of protein with his meal, so.
So I remember when you first talked about the ratatouille at Cafe Orleans, the one comment that stood out to me when you talked about that one was, if it was about half the price and twice the size, this would be perfect. Would you say that this one meets those criteria?
Oh, yeah. This is the ratatouille they should have been serving from the get-go.
Okay.
If they weren't going to try to... I think what they were trying to do at Cafe Orleans was make it look like the movie, which they don't. It's like, let's just stack the vegetables. We're not going to make them look real pretty in a ramekin and try to make it presentable. But This one is more like the traditional ratatouille. It's like that ragu cut, like rough cut of vegetables. Like I'm picturing an old Italian woman just making this in the kitchen, for a family. Like, what does Igor say? Definitely got perspective on that dish.
Whenever I think Italian cooking, like, I don't think about that. For some reason, I always think of that Saved by the Bell episode where they make the sauce. The sauce that you can have, but the secret, she's a mine. Like 6 people got that, so
That's funny.
if you laughed at that, thank you very much for that.
We also tried the salmon PLT.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
That was the other thing that I was going to try that day.
3 entrees. It's fine.
Yeah, that's good. But that one was
So good, you guys. If
That's
you
on
like
pancetta,
salmon,
right?
yes,
Yeah.
there's pancetta in there. Oh, so good. The salmon was fresh, good tasting. The saltiness of the pancetta.
there's also bacon in it because there's a lemon bacon aioli.
Oh,
yeah,
yep, mhm.
yeah.
Because we were like, oh, pancetta and there's bacon? What?
Well, that's what almost sold me on getting the salmon PLT. When I first saw it, it was the lemon bacon aioli that made me feel like, okay, this salmon PLT is what I'm going to have for dinner today. But I almost felt that because it was our first time eating there, like, you almost can't go wrong with a burger. Like, by
Right.
default, you can't really mess that up, right? And I almost feel like a burger is almost a litmus test for me to figure out
No,
if
I
everything
agree.
else is going
I
to be
agree.
good.
Because if you can't make this burger right, then
Right.
it's not worth trying everything else. But yeah, the next time you go, or when we all go, you have to try the salmon PLT.
Oh, it sounds delicious.
What did Lynette have? She got a burger
She
as
got
well.
the burger
Yeah,
too.
she got the burger too. There was one thing that I wanted to ask you guys about that I know you guys tried that I refused to try because I felt like
Oh,
it
no.
was
Here we go.
too small and not worth the price. The donuts.
I actually enjoyed them.
You're
Really?
just going to have to find out for yourself, Heyzen.
When I watched the Disney for 2 vlog,
Yeah, that too. But but no, you get 5 donuts, and they're nice size. They're not mini donuts.
like beignet size or smaller,
No,
like the little Hostess donuts. You know those
No,
little
bigger than
Hostess
that.
A
donuts?
little,
Yeah.
bigger,
bigger
than,
than
that.
Okay, if you take a full size donut, maybe a 3/4 of that. That's probably how big it is.
So the
From
halfway
a Krispy
point.
Kreme donut.
So the halfway
Okay.
point between a regular sized donut and a donut, like
Yeah.
those little Hostess ones. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Next
the-
time we'll take a
It's the
photo
grande.
with. Oh my goodness.
It's a grande of the donut world.
We'll show a phone for size and
Okay.
take a photo side by side.
You get 5 of those. It's coated with sugar, and you get 2 sauces with it. You get a raspberry sauce that has Pop Rocks in it, and a chocolate hazelnut. I called it Nutella, but they call it a chocolate hazelnut sauce.
Of course.
But
they
it was
do.
it was really good though. The only thing for me was I wish they would have served it a little bit warmer.
Yes, agreed.
But when talking to the cast member, they were saying because it's adults and kids will have it, they didn't want it too hot because when you get hot sugar, that hurts.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
they didn't want kids dealing with that. So they just have it warm. But the Pop Rock sauce was interesting. It was cool. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really liked it, and I thought that the raspberry sauce, it wasn't fake tasting. There's nothing I can't stand more than like a fake fruit flavor,
Yeah.
artificial fruit flavor, and it was really good. I really liked it.
How was that sauce compared to the raspberry sauce that they have for the corn dog? Because my biggest problem with the sauce that they had with the spicy corn dog at Corn Dog Castle was that it tasted like seeds. This is what you were alluding to earlier, VJ, when you were talking about that sauce.
Right. Well, what was that corn dog called again?
Temperamental corn
There
dog
you
or something like
go.
that. Yeah, yeah.
That was a blackberry sauce.
Blackberry, yeah.
Chili lime or something like that. This one is just raspberry. You didn't taste the seeds. It just was tart, So
Okay.
right when you bit into it, you get that first bite of the tartness, and then Pop Rocks just exploding. You're like, whoa, this is cool.
Interesting.
I think kids would really enjoy it with the Pop Rocks.
That Pop Rocks element is the most interesting part to me.
Right? I enjoyed the chocolate. I love Nutella, so I was a fan of that one. But I would definitely get them
Interesting.
again, so you should definitely try it. Or our server was saying,
Oh,
you could
yeah.
start off with the donuts first. I'm like, sometimes I do start off with dessert, but no, I'm like, you don't know us. We're going to eat everything.
And there will be room for dessert.
The details inside the lounge, though.
Yeah.
Did you have, Melissa, have you gone inside yet?
Nope.
You didn't go? I'm all, what time does it close tonight? We should go. When you go downstairs, it's, for those of you who've seen pictures or have been to Pixar up in Emeryville, there's actually little nods to the studio, because there's one wall that says Brooklyn Building, which is the name of one of their buildings on their campus, which is really cool. It's like, oh, and the inside looks like it too. It's very industrial looking. That's the inside of their Brooklyn building. I'm like, wow, that actually ties in very well. So all the little details from the poster walls, or you saw like that Coco wall and the Ratatouille wall. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that was so cool.
I've
All the
seen
concept
pictures of
art.
it. It looks really, really nice. I haven't had a chance to go in, but it looks beautiful inside.
I mean, there's even parts where I thought it was like the actual lounge with the couches and everything. It almost reminded me of the Friends set. I was like, wow, I can totally see a group of 6 of us just hanging out right there, just getting drinks. But
We
it
should
was
totally
busy.
go, guys.
It was busy. Like outside, there was our wait. It was kind of weird. We waited in line to put our name down for a good, half hour?
It was like 25 minutes.
So when we were waiting, cast members were saying, oh, it's going to be a 10-minute wait for upstairs or 15 to 20 minutes for downstairs. So I'm like, okay, cool. And they were making it seem like the wait was just staying in line. So, but that line was actually a wait just to put your name in before you waited again. So when we finally got in, the cast member at the hostess desk was saying, oh, okay, well, downstairs is going to be an hour. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, what? So, and mind you, I was starving because we knew we were going to be going to this lounge. So I just didn't eat the whole day waiting. I was like, whoa. The cast member outside said it was only going to be X amount of minutes. You're saying now it's another hour. So this line was just to put your name in. Oh. So it was kind of weird.
Oh.
The cast member, I was being nice and everything because I know how it is working at a restaurant. They sat us pretty quickly, and all downstairs, it was not even at half capacity. There were so many empty seats, so many empty stools, like at the bar. You know how that nice bar top they have?
Yeah.
It was what you could easily sit, maybe, I'm guessing 40 people, because the inside and the outside. And then there's that fire pit, has a lot of seats. Nobody was sitting down. So I'm like, what are they doing upstairs? They could be, having this place packed and all the servers making a lot of money. This place could be like a really cool spot, but they're making people wait so much that it's, I think they still have to work out the kinks, because it was ridiculous to have one line to put in your name if people wanted to sit outside or upstairs versus downstairs. So
I don't know. Honestly, my guess was there weren't enough servers there yet. Because when I looked around, I didn't see too many servers. That's what I would think. That maybe they
I don't
weren't
know.
sitting because there just weren't enough servers yet.
I think I'm inclined to agree with that, because when we sat down to eat, there was maybe 3 people running around serving for the entire bottom floor. So I think that might be the case.
That's pretty interesting, because when I had passed by Saturday, they had 2 split lines, and one was for outside for
for the
what did she
Cove
say?
Bar area.
Yeah, and the other side was for downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kicking myself because I should have just done it and went in line, because it didn't look long. This was like around 2? I should have went. But yeah, they had 2 separate lines when I had went, so I'm like, it didn't look that bad.
Well, I guess we'll see, right? Because I do plan on going back. Like I said, I never went to Cove Bar, and I think by the time that the idea of going to Cove Bar just kind of blew up because of Instagram and everybody posting pictures of the lobster nachos and stuff like that,
Right.
Honestly, I never felt compelled to go, as weird as that may sound. But This one, I think because of the Pixar theming, because of all the details that are on the wall, it feels comfortable to be in there. Like it just felt like a really nice spot to hang out, have a beer, and just have some really, really good food. This is certainly a place that I am going to visit again.
Yeah, when you go downstairs too, unless you're sitting outside, it didn't feel like you're in the park.
That's cool.
I have
That's
to
good
completely
know.
agree with that. That is a great way to say it.
That picture you posted of Miguel though on that single chair,
Dude, right?
we didn't see it because I was trying to take in everything else that's going on in that room. But that picture you took, I was like, oh man, I gotta look for that next time.
The entire, it's hand painted, right?
Right.
And the entire thing wraps around the chair. It's like the town on one side, and then Miguel on the back, and then Dante on the other side. And I just flipped, man. I had the opportunity to just kind of walk around for about an hour with no one else in there except the servers and stuff. And I just thought, man, this is such an amazing place. I can't compare it to what it was before, and I've already seen people complaining like, oh, it's so industrial looking, it's horrible, why are they like... But I like it. I love the
Right.
contemporary look of it.
See, and that's why I was thinking people who would complain, like they don't know that that's what Pixar looks like in Emeryville. That's actually the Brooklyn building. That's exactly how it looks, from the black metal to the bricks. It's crazy because you're like, oh, I felt like I was back at Pixar.
That's awesome.
You know. So I mean, and we just have to get what eight more people, so we could go into the office down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
It would be really cool. Maybe we can do like an FGP thing down there, right?
That'd be
I think
cool.
we can get enough
yeah?
FGPs to do the thing down there.
Right. And the cool thing about it is you could actually, if you have 13 people, because it sits up to 13, you could actually request it. So, but I hear right now you kind of have to know the managers
Yeah.
that work there to get it. But it is possible. It's not like the Snow White room at Carthay where you have to, it's 10 people and it's a minimum of $1,000. You actually have to, just get 13 people, go in, and you could get whatever you want.
Yeah.
There's no
There's no
there's
limit
no
on that
minimum.
yet, yeah.
So, and there's no prefix menu or anything like that. So, if you just want to go in and get a burger and that's it, no drinks, that's cool. Gratuity is added because it's a party of 13, 8 or more. But yeah, you could just go there, hang out. There's a little couch area,
On the outside.
so you could see where, the Incredicoaster is taking off.
I love
But
it.
even just, did you see it though?
I seen pictures of it, but I didn't get a chance to walk in there.
It's weird because you have to go through this exit.
Yeah, it's basically backstage. And then when you go to the actual door, you have to work to open it. You have to wind it up and make the 3 lights turn on, and then it makes a sound, and green light goes, and then you can actually go in it. So it's a whole
Process.
experience, yeah. Even just to get in.
I'm for
One
it.
day.
Field trip.
I know.
I would do this. Yes.
It would be cool to have like an FGP event or something there. Ah, so cool.
But if I would recommend either upstairs or downstairs, go downstairs because you get the full menu
Full menu,
downstairs.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You could only get appetizers upstairs.
Plus, you do get a little bit more shade, I think, downstairs. Plus the hustle and bustle of people walking by upstairs too.
Mhm.
I think if you feel like you're really, you know how sometimes when you're at the park you just feel like you need a moment to yourself. It seems
Yeah.
weird to sit inside of a restaurant with a bunch of other people and feel like you're having a moment to yourself, but that's kind of what it felt like down there. Right? Like you said, it
agree.
just didn't feel like you were still on the resort property. Like it's just felt like you were outside. So it did have that little moment of, okay, let's relax for a second. So that was really cool. I enjoyed that. So many things this last week, guys. So many things. Like, I want to keep talking about the food. Paint the Night. The Incredibles float. That's all new. We were there Thursday when they were having the media preview. That was super cool. Your thoughts on the Incredibles float, guys?
It looks awesome. Speaking from pictures, it looks awesome. I'm so glad you guys were out there.
And also from the Podketeers vlog on the YouTube channel.
There is one thing though, we need to see it again because Jack moves around the float. Did you know that?
I did. I heard he was supposed to move around, but all I saw was him in one spot with the flame moving.
Yeah.
And in all the
When we
videos
were
that I've
there.
seen since then, I haven't seen him move either.
So recently I just saw on Instagram where he like hides. You know how it looked like he was sitting on top of that building?
Yeah.
He goes into the building and he pops up somewhere else on the float. And when he popped up, he'll be the angry, like, purple guy. And then he'll disappear again and he'll, pop up at a different part of the float. Like, I was like, why wasn't this working?
But can we
So we
talk
have to go
about
back.
Violet?
Oh, she looks
Oh
awesome.
my gosh. They gave her love. It's awesome. I
Yeah.
love her little part on top. So cool.
The only thing for me, I don't know if it's for you guys or Heyzen or AJ, the music was a little weird to me.
Ugh, yes.
That eye roll, Heyzen.
Dude, for
Okay, I
real.
need to hear this because I'll go watch the video.
Here's the thing, okay? I am 125% agreeing with you on this one. There is a magic to how the music in Paint the Night just flows from one segment to another. And you can tell that this was obviously slipped in last minute because there's no flow. Honestly, I think the float is in the wrong spot in the parade. I think that if they put it right before the Toy Story part or right after Cars maybe, the music has like that bassiness to it that would go
Right.
really well with the music from The Incredibles, but because it comes after Quinceañera Belle, the music is just so much
Yellow
softer. Yeah, it's so much softer that it's kind of jarring to go from da
Yeah.
na 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 da 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 da. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So yes, I agree with that. Music, there was two things that bugged me. There was the music, and I think Dash could have been a little bit brighter. He was just too dull. Like the effect of him running around the entire float was almost lost. Or because he was just an outline, I think they could have put something black behind him so that it really stood out, that it
Like
was
it popped,
illuminated.
yeah.
So the illumination would pop. Like, that is probably the only two things that I would change. The location of the float in the actual parade so that the music meshes a little bit better, and just brighten up Dash somehow.
That I could agree because when I had seen the pictures that you guys had posted, it did look like he was a little lost compared to
Yeah.
everybody else.
I mean, I like the idea of it, like the whole neon thing, and you just following him around the float. So that's cool. But yeah, I think they should move that the float to the beginning of the parade.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
I
like how Frozone has his moving parts.
Yes,
The only
he's a
thing,
star.
cool.
oh, if we could plus it, it'd be dope if he could shoot out like CO2, like like kind of like cooling off the people. Oh, that would be so cool because it's cold.
Yes.
That'd be dope.
Imagineering, if you're listening, you're welcome. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking about it right now, and because of the fact that it was the media preview day, maybe
Yeah,
they
that's what I was
didn't
thinking
have
too.
Jack popping out because they didn't want people to miss the pictures for their articles. Maybe it was on purpose, just so that people could get the picture and not have to wonder, well, what building is he going to pop out of next?
Maybe. I didn't hear about it until
Oh.
this past, what is today, Sunday? I didn't hear about it till Friday, though, that he was popping up at different areas in the float. So
Interesting.
I think that's probably if you want to see Paint the Night and it's only one showing and see the fireworks, it's best to go right next to Silly Symphony Swings right when the parade comes out. And then once it passes, go over to Disneyland, get on Main Street, and you can still catch the fireworks.
Yeah, I think the times coincide really well, as long as you're willing to have a fairly accelerated pace to walk over to Main Street, right? You can't take too much time, but you could still
Yeah.
find a pretty decent spot on Main Street.
Yeah, you can. I should say like maybe less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I want to see it again. I always feel like whenever I go to the parade, I spend most of my time trying to photograph it, and I very rarely just sit there and enjoy it. So maybe the next time that I go, I have to make it a point to not shoot it. Just sit there and just watch it and just take it in for what it is. Because I love Paint the Night. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add that to my Disney bucket list. Just
I was gonna say,
hopefully I
you
don't
should-
have a panic attack.
You should just bring the podcast new podcast theme song in your headphones and then listen to that while
For real. We'll make
Paint the
that
Night
the
comes by.
Incredibles float music. It's certainly been an eventful week, guys, with the opening of Pixar Pier and everything. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I want to talk about. Toy Story Land is now officially open at Walt Disney World. I think we're going to have to leave that to talk about next episode. And the Disney Play app, or the Play Disney app, is also finally functional in both parks. So we're going to do our best to try to go into the park and play with that this upcoming week, and we'll talk about it in the next episode. But before we close up the episode for today, I just wanted to read a quick email that we got from a listener this last week. The email is from listener Kristen, so shout out Kristen. Thank you for sending us a message. It says, just wanted to say that I only discovered your podcast in the last week and I love it. You guys are awesome. I live in Georgia, so I'm a Disney World girl, but I love hearing about Disneyland and what all is going on over there. I thought I was a Disney fan until I heard this podcast. There's a lot I didn't know. I'm taking my 2-year-old son to Disney Labor Day weekend for his first experience, and listening to you guys has made me doubly hyped about taking him and seeing his reaction when he sees Mickey. He is obsessed with Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto. So are we. For the first time, and him getting to ride Dumbo or the Jungle Cruise or one of the other numerous rides for his first time. We will be going to the new Toy Story Land at Hollywood Studios and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party event that weekend. Those will be the Disney first for all of us. I can't wait, and I'm already driving my husband nuts with my excitement, which has doubled since hearing your podcast. So thank you for doing this and sharing your Disney love, excitement, and knowledge. Kristen, thank you very much for all of the kind words.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm
thank you so
excited
much.
for her.
Can I go too?
Right?
Right?
It seems like such an amazing adventure. I gotta tell you that, you know, having Disney first is always awesome, right? Because when you tend to go a lot as an AP, you tend to go through those first a lot. So there's always that excitement whenever there's something new in the park. But I have to tell you guys, honestly, experiencing Disney first through the eyes of my kids, it's such an amazing and fulfilling experience, right? Like, I experience them, I feel like a child half the time, but seeing all those things happen through the eyes of my boys, that is something that you are going to take with you forever. You know, so Kristen, the fact that you are taking your son and you're going to experience all these things, take pictures. 2 is that age where they remember the characters, but they don't tend to remember the experiences. This is something that I've experienced with my 2 boys. Take pictures, take some video with your phone, and when they're older, keep reminding them, show them those pictures, show them those videos, and it'll be a memory that they're always going to carry. When he's 12 or 15, 20 years old, he's going to be able to say, oh, when I was 2 years old, I went to Walt Disney World and I saw Mickey. Well, how do you remember that? Because my mom took video and pictures. That's how I remember. So if there's any tip, so if there's any tip that I can give you, take the time to get those pictures and get those video reactions. A lot of phones have amazing capabilities where if you take a video, you could take a screenshot and still get a really great picture out of it. So if you had to do one or the other, do the video, because you'll have the moving element of your son experiencing all these characters that he can watch later, and you'll be able to take a quick screenshot and do a picture of it as well. So thanks again for all of the kind words. And once you get back, let us know about your trip. We'd love to hear how it went and how your experience at Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween was. Because I think as of now, Disney for 2 is the only one that have experienced Not So Scary, right? Or have you gone, Melissa?
No, just Mickey's Halloween Party.
Yeah, just here, Mickey's Halloween Party. So, yeah, we'd love to hear how that experience was and how many pounds and pounds and pounds of candy you left the park with that day.
And see, I'm going to say this. I want to hear what she has to say, because I am a Disney person. I don't go to Walt Disney World, so please inform us on every single detail, smells, whatever you want to tell us.
Yeah.
I want to hear.
Must try foods.
Yeah, the foods, and it'll be interesting to hear what our experience at Toy Story Land will be. I'm wondering how Toy Story Land is going to be by then, because it just opened and it was a little chaotic. It was lines and lines and lines.
Dude.
You know, I remember looking at the
Pixar
videos.
Pier was bad.
Dude,
That's-
all I could think was if this is just a tiny glimpse of what's gonna happen when Galaxy's Edge opens, you better bring a tent.
Well, it happened with Cars Land, so it's
You know,
it did
I think
happen
this
with
is on a
Cars
whole
Land
new
though.
level, though.
The cool thing about Cars Land, though, I mean, now we're going into a totally different subject, but there's like 3 different entrances
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Radiator Springs. But when we were looking at the map for Toy Story Land,
There's 2, we think.
or one main one, and then this little
Yeah.
Little
walkway, it's like
little ant-sized one over on the side.
Yeah. And
I just want to see the new entrance for Midway Mania, since it's no
Yeah.
longer in that Pixar building anymore.
It's
Yeah.
so crazy.
I haven't
It's on
seen
the other
pictures of
side.
it. Yeah, I haven't seen pictures of it. I'm surprised people haven't posted that much. Or maybe I just
'Cause
haven't looked
everybody's
for
like
them.
posting about Slinky Dog right now.
Yeah, and the lines. And the lines, yeah.
And the Junkyard Jamboree. I mean, Alien.
Yeah. Junkyard Jamboree!
We had it first.
Oh, wow.
Well, I think we'll talk a little bit more about the opening of Toy Story Land in next week's episode as well. And hopefully by then, we'll have somebody give us a mini report. So if you guys had a chance to attend the opening or any of the days since the opening of Toy Story Land, you know, record a voice memo on your phone and email it to comments@podketeers.com for a chance to appear in an upcoming episode. Tell us your experiences, what the lines were like, what foods you tried, what was your favorite part about it. I think the idea of stepping into becoming a toy isn't foreign to us, right? We kind of already have that with Bugs Land, where they kind of shrink you down and put you in that experience.
Because they do have one in Disneyland Paris.
Oh, right, they do.
Yeah, and I've actually been to that one.
How is it?
It's really small.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm interested to see, because you know, pictures and videos, they don't really do it justice.
Don't tell Heyzen that.
Oh, exactly. I know,
if you
right?
go through Google and YouTube, yeah, they do.
Here
No.
we go.
It's
Being
just
there
like
in
being
person
there.
is completely different. So I'm excited to actually go to Toy Story Land in Walt Disney World and actually see it for myself and see how big it is. And I will say, sorry, just like another tangent, Andy's lunchbox
Mhm.
looks very small. Like it almost scares me how small it looks for
Oh.
the volume of guests.
Like you were mentioning earlier, maybe they have something figured out that they haven't figured out here at California Adventure as how to churn out that many people already. Because maybe they already have a bunch of cast members ready to go for that quick service. Whereas here, you know, they were still trying to fill those spots.
Do they have? They don't have mobile. Yeah, they do have mobile ordering over there. Maybe
Yeah.
they do that.
Maybe
They
they do
utilize that.
Or it's only mobile ordering.
Can we do mobile ordering for Jack Jack?
No, you cannot.
Dang it!
That'd be great.
That'd be a good idea,
Oh
though.
my gosh! I'll be like, I'm getting on Incredicoaster right now. Put in my order. Ride the Incredicoaster. Get off. I'm here. Thank you very much. But that Incredicoaster is pretty dope.
Oh, it is. It is.
Nighttime, especially at night.
Oh, dude, I need to ride it at night. I saw your video that you guys posted. It's super cool. The lights, when it takes off, so good. You know, there was one criticism I had of it, and I put this in the vlog, is that, you know when they have the scene where Jack Jack multiplies all over the place? Like
The Jack Jack on the Jack Jack kebabs.
the Jack Jack kebabs, yeah.
Jack Jack on a stick.
I feel like they go by so fast that if you're really not paying attention to it, you kind of miss out on it. Maybe it would have been a better idea to line the track with just a bunch of Jack Jacks to show that multiplicity factor, but put them closer so that you didn't feel like you missed out on that effect.
Sit in the first half.
Go at nighttime because it's a different experience. Well, we haven't been on it during the daytime because everybody says go at night because the colors just pop so much. But with seeing Jack Jack, they actually light up. I don't know if they light up during the daytime.
No, they don't.
No.
Oh, so when you're passing them, their Jack Jack fully lights up.
Yeah.
So you're seeing like it
man.
pop up. Like it looks like he's actually multiplying, you know?
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, yeah, I gotta write it at night then. You know, it was bittersweet for me writing it because it was my oldest son's very first time on a roller coaster. while we were trying to vlog. So in one hand I have my camera, or my phone rather, and then with my other hand he kept grabbing onto it, and I kept holding on because he was scared throughout the entire thing. But man, he took it like a champ. He did the whole ride.
Well, you had to do the whole ride.
Well, yeah, he did have to do the whole one, right? He couldn't stop halfway through the loop and
Yeah.
get off.
Get me off
Good
this thing.
point.
You had to finish it.
Good point. But yeah, we're reaching the final Jack, and he's like, I was scared. And so we got off and we started walking right after I was done shooting the segment that I did for the vlog. And he says, Dad, seriously, I was scared,
Oh.
but I loved it.
That's cool.
I was like, would you do it again?
Cool.
No.
Aw.
I'm sure he'll change his mind. I
He's
think
like, not
once,
today. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah,
not today.
once the initial shock wears off, I think he'll do it again. But
That's awesome.
yeah, bittersweet. It's like my little boy's growing up. Daddy loves roller coasters too, son. All right, guys. I'm going to start saving up to go to Walt Disney World. I'm going to get me one of them
Finally.
glass jugs, like the Paradise Falls one, and just
We have
start
something like
tossing
that.
coins in there.
Ours is a 60th popcorn bucket, and we just put like loose change and bills in there.
Oh, that's cool.
You collect it.
I was going full Paradise Falls with just like a glass jug and just tape a piece of paper on there. It says Disney World or something.
You know how he says
Hey, whatever
jug?
makes you save.
He's like
Exactly.
glass jug.
Yeah, well, that's what it is, right?
Get
You-
2 spoons.
Yeah.
Liver lips McGraw or what?
Liver lips. McGraw.
Yeah, like that's his little mouthy. It's like all out like that.
That's funny.
He's
That's
from
funny.
a Country Bears. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's just funny. Like,
Can you see him?
just his name? It's so
Liver
funny.
Liver lips McGraw.
Quick reminder that we are officially signed up for the Chalk Walk. We are looking for participants to help us out, Teamboat Willie style. We are trying to raise a mad amount of money to help the children at Chalk. Last year, we were able to raise almost $5,000, and so that is our goal this year. Individually, we all have smaller goals, but together, we're trying to reach that $5,000 mark. So if you have a couple bucks that you can spare, we'll put the link in the blog post for the episode, podketeers.com/211. We'll also have a link where if you want to be a part of Teamboat Willie and join us the day of the Chalk Walk, you can sign up to be a part of the team there as well. If you can pass around the link, that would be fantastic as well. Just share it with your friends. If you can give up like one small coffee, you'd be surprised at how much of a difference that makes to help out one child. So if you can give up $2 or $3, that's amazing. Also, if you want to help out the podcast, a great way to do that is becoming a Fairy Godparent. They like to call themselves the FGP Squad. You can give as little or as much as you want through our Patreon page, but for a minimum contribution of $5 monthly, you will also get the exclusive Fairy Godparent button as a thank you for your support. We're also working on additional tiers for the Patreon, so we're going to have other prizes that go along with it, like t-shirts and other buttons and stuff like that. So if you want more information on how you can become a Fairy Godparent, just head on over to podketeers.com/FGP for more information. To all of our Fairy Godparents, we just want to send a large and astounding thank you to all of you for your support. Another great way to help out the podcast is if you shop on Amazon. Start your next purchase by heading over to podketeers.com/Amazon. On that page, you're going to find this huge Amazon button that when you click it will take you over to Amazon using our special link, and anything that you purchase may earn us a small commission as a thank you from Amazon because we mentioned them on the podcast and you went through the process of clicking on our link. And to everyone that's doing that, thank you guys for that added support as well. If you want to find more information about us, head on over to podketeers.com/team. There you will find all of the social links for Melissa, Gavin, Disney for Two. If you like to watch videos and you like to watch Disney vlogs, head on over to YouTube and sign up, subscribe to our pages, youtube.com/podketeers and youtube.com/Disney for Two. Remember that YouTube is all screwed up right now, so unless you ring that little bell notification icon, you probably won't know when people post videos. So make sure that you ring that little bell to tell YouTube, hey, I told you I subscribed. Now tell me when they post new videos. I know that sounds weird, but that's how you got to talk to YouTube
It's the
sometimes, so that they
truth.
tell you. Because otherwise they're like, what? Here's a tortilla. And that may not make any sense to you, but I'm hungry right now, and it makes sense to me. So that's it, guys. I'm ready to eat. I need to have some dinner. Anything else before we close up this episode?
No, I'm ready for coffee again.
Might as well go to sleep now.
No.
Yeah, at this point. But this is when
You
she
could be
does
like your
like some
favorite
amazing
princess.
crafting, though.
I need to
Like-
stay awake just to function. No, I don't want to go to sleep yet.
I don't want to. That sounds like my kids. I don't want to go to sleep yet. I can't do it
Wait,
yet.
5? No, I could stay up. I want to stay up.
Like 2 seconds later.
Yup.
All right, guys, that is going to wrap it up for this episode. So, until next week, here is to Beers, Cheers, and Mickey Ears. Have a fantastic week, everyone.
And happy 4th of July.
Woo!
America.
Stay safe.
You know those annoying ones, like the 100.
You get that one.
That's the noise of your car making. The alarm.
Our dogs are going crazy. Oh, that's good.